and delivered to you in a distinct package to quench your thirst. Forest Spring Water, nature's own.
91.3 FM.
Boy, yeah. Boy, tell me why. Hey, bend it back, roll it, push it back, roll it, wind again, roll it. Hey, I'm watching she bumper. Look how she teasing me. She teasing me. Look how the girl teasing me. This man look healthy. Look how she bumper. She rolling it. Look how the girl roll. So now I roll up the she bumper. Grab the girl by she waist. She turn around and she watch me. Then I see the look in she face. She bend down in a 630 like she trying to tie she lace. And his waist, and his face. Watch she bumper all in her face. I watch it bouncing up, bouncing up, bouncing up. Watch she bumper it bouncing up, bouncing up, bouncing up. That bumper looking mean girl. Show me back on me girl. Show me where's your scene girl. Come wind back on me. Come wind it, that wine you have it crucial.
All right, 3 minutes after the hour of 4 p.m. 91.3 man. Nigel Nicholas, the afternoon extreme. Right now we got Nina Compton on the line with us, and as you guys know, she is on the TV network reality chef series called Top Chef. 19 chefs were part of this show, and she boiled down to the final 3 chefs, man. That's good. That's brilliant. And right now we have live on radio, right here on Real FM. Good afternoon, Nina. What's up?
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you today?
I'm fantastic.
Fantastic. Right now you are making St. Lucia very proud. We've seen you on TV, and I'm like, whoa, I know Nina. So how does it feel to be on a big TV show like Top Chef?
Well, the thing is, when I got the phone call, I almost turned it down because it almost seemed like it was too much pressure.
Okay.
And then I thought to myself, I said, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to do this.
Right, right.
And I said, not only for me, but for St. Lucia as an island.
Nice, nice, nice. So you thought of St. Lucia in terms of making that decision?
Yeah, it's not only putting me on the map, but St. Lucia, because, one of the first things I said is that, just to be on the show alone, put St. Lucia on the map.
It is, boy. I'm telling you. We took to the streets. I work with a TV station as well. We took to the streets on Saturday, and we were interviewing people.
Saw it.
And people were like, yo, I know her, and I'm so proud of Nina. She's really repping St. Lucia. We spoke to some chefs in a couple restaurants around Castries and in the Ronnie Bay area, and they were like, yo, you are actually motivating them. So how does it feel to be motivating your fellow St. Lucian chefs?
I'll say something. The response from people back home is, I get chills just thinking about it. Just because people have contacted me on Facebook, and they're gushing with so much pride.
Right.
And it's not even about winning anymore. It's just about going through the journey of being on the show.
Nice.
And inspiring all these people that it's possible if you put your mind to it.
True. Now we're gonna go ahead.
And I think that you see a lot of times it's other countries excelling and not so much St. Lucia. But I said to people, this is our time to shine. This is a very positive light, and we should all be on it, because you see different shows where it's different countries, but this is St. Lucia. This is big for us.
Right. Nice, man. I'm telling you. Now we're gonna trace back. We're going back to Nina Compton from CCSS, right?
Yeah.
Comfrey.
Yes,
Wait. So what house were you in Comfrey? Tell them what house you were in Comfrey. Can you remember that?
I was in Finch.
You went Finch.
Yes, and I'll tell you something. That going to Compton was big for me because it really taught me how to be disciplined.
Right.
Because I did a lot of sports. I did volleyball. I did track and field. I played soccer as well.
You played soccer?
I played a little bit of. I wasn't that good, but I played soccer. But I love sports.
All right, sweet.
Besides sports, I love cooking, and that was my first introduction formally. Was doing food and nutrition in Compton.
Oh, nice.
I took it for CXC.
Who was your teacher, Miss Gabriel?
Miss Gabriel was my teacher.
Yeah, mine too. She taught me as well. Yeah.
Yes. So she was very nurturing, and she made me really fall in love with it because when you cook, and I tell my cooks this right now, presently,
Right.
that when you're cooking, you have to be in a state of mind where you're happy.
True.
Because if you're not happy and you don't care about it, it shows in the food.
Wow.
You can tell if somebody is angry. You can tell if somebody doesn't care because sometimes it's salty or the plate is messy. So you can tell when somebody puts their love into a plate, their
Sweet.
care into a plate, and that's the thing. You can tell when somebody they connect with the food, and that's one of the things I learned from Miss Gabriel.
Yeah, she was a great teacher. Man. Big up, Miss
Oh,
Gabriel.
yes. Yes, big time. Yeah, big up.
So when did you choose to become a chef?
I went to school in England. I did boarding school for England. I came back, and my first job was at Sandals, Matok.
Right. I remember those days, boy.
Yes,
we used to work the breakfast shift together. Remember that?
Yes. We have a history.
Yeah.
So that was my first introduction to professionally cooking. I didn't have that much experience, and I started doing that for a couple of months, and I really enjoyed it.
Right.
And it's not easy. It's not an easy profession to do. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of long hours. So that was my first introduction, and then I really fell into it, and I said, I want to do this professionally. I want to do this for the rest of my life. So, and one of the chefs that I worked with in Miami, he said to me, you don't choose this profession, it chooses you.
Good advice.
So
for real.
basically, if you can, deal with it, you're in it.
Sweet.
So I've been cooking for 15 years now.
15
so it's
years,
something I
wow.
15 years, yeah.
Wow. So what do you love most about your job?
Everything. It's when you start thinking about what you're gonna prep for today, or doing a dinner service, you get a rush,
Right.
an excitement every day, because every day is something different. You can create everything different.
Sweet.
So that's the best part about my job, is being creative, being, for me now, I am basically the Miss Gabriel of my job.
The Miss Gabriel of your job.
Yeah.
Sweet. I like that.
I'm teaching my cooks what she taught me.
Right.
It's like a teacher, and that's something I really enjoy doing, and that's something that I want to do down the line, is to come back to St. Lucia and give that back that
Sweet.
knowledge, give back that passion, because you don't see that very often back home. And my whole aspiration of leaving St. Lucia was not leave because I wanted a better life. I wanted to leave because I wanted to work for the best chef,
True.
learn from the best. And my plan is to come back and teach them what I learned from overseas.
That'd be beautiful. Like you come back and you teach what you learned in St. Lucia. Now,
Yeah.
What is your favorite cuisine to cook, and why? What's your favorite cuisine?
I started off cooking French in a very intense kitchen, which I enjoy.
Right.
I cook Caribbean food because it's just by nature.
True.
But I find Italian food, it's a cross between Italian and Caribbean food right now, because Italian food is very soulful, it's very comforting, it's about family, it's very festive. And, my whole thing is kind of, joining Caribbean with Italian food.
Wow, sweet.
Italian food is very soulful. It's about family and sitting down and having, big plates of pasta, stuff like that. So that's kind of, it's a tough call, but I enjoy cooking everything.
Everything. Nice answer too.
Yeah.
So
Yes, exactly.
So I know every year there's developments with cooking. How do you stay current with cooking?
I stay current because I read a lot.
Okay.
There's millions of restaurants that are opening up or have been around that are setting trends or classics or whatever it is. So I tend to read a lot, look at different websites, and I think that's the biggest thing as a chef, is always reading and seeing what's new.
Right.
Because if you don't read and you stay in that little bubble, you'll never excel, you'll never move up, you'll stay the same.
True.
So it's always fun to see, what other chefs are doing, what other countries are doing. Because the best part about being a chef is It doesn't limit you. You can do so much because each country is different.
True.
The way they cook things in Barbados is different from the way that they cook things in St. Lucia. The way they cook things in Argentina is the way they cook things differently in Mexico. So it's all different.
True, true. Wow. And I'm so proud of you, Nina. And is there any advice, the best piece of advice you would give a home enthusiast? We have a lot of Lucian people in the kitchen. Any advice you could give them?
My advice to anybody, whether it's a professional cook or, a home cook, just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the moment. Just enjoy whether you're cooking a piece of chicken or a green fig or whatever it is, but just enjoy it. Like, connect with the food because it will taste so much better if you just enjoy it. You connect with the food.
True. Now, people speak about your character on the Top Chef show. Is that tell St. Lucia, is that the real Nina, or are you is the director of the show telling you, hey, you need to be this person on that show?
No, it's 100% all real. It's you have people that can put a show on, but what you see, that's me.
I love it. Nina ain't taking
me.
no Poppy show, boy.
Yeah, exactly. I am 100%. I tell people how it is.
Sure.
Sometimes they can't handle that, but I'm a fun person. But when it comes to business, I'm business.
True.
And I tell people all the time is that when I'm nice, I'm nice, but when I'm bad, I'm bad.
For real.
So I had a really good time doing the show. I made a lot of good friends, and I'm glad I did it.
And can you tell me the funniest kitchen incident you had on Top Chef? The funniest incident?
There were a lot. I think the funniest I had was the last episode because as simple as that dish was, I forgot an ingredient off the plate.
Oh.
And when the buzzer went off, I didn't have it on the plate.
Oh.
So I was so mad at myself because, as a chef, you envision the plate, the way it tastes, and I'm very thoughtful the way I create a dish because every element has a role to play.
Right.
And that ingredient had a role to play, and I forgot it, so I was very mad. So, but it wasn't funny; it was more serious.
True. Wow. Now there were 19 chefs on the show, right?
Yes.
Three of you guys are left. Is there anyone that you really miss being on the show with you?
I really miss Benny and Travis.
Benny and Travis.
Yeah,
Why do you miss them?
I miss them because, when we started off, there was 19 people, and it's a lot of people. When you're sharing a house, 90 people is a lot.
Right.
And we got along very well because, there were so many people that were so serious. And with those two, they were like, let's just have fun. Let's just go with it.
True.
Let's just roll with the punches. So for me, I felt comfort with that.
Wow, sweet. Can we expect to see you on another TV show?
I don't know. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Right?
Anything can happen at this point.
You have developed such a huge fan base, not only in America, but in St. Lucia, because people are like, yo, finally, I'm seeing a St. Lucian on TV. Normally, we see Jamaicans, Bajans.
Right.
And finally, we have a St. Lucian on a network station in America. Will you be coming back to St. Lucia soon, like after the final episode?
I would like to come back, sometime this year and just, hopefully do some work and just give back a little bit.
Sweet.
My schedule it's busy right now, but I definitely want to make it happen. And that's my motto this year is to make it happen. There's no excuse, just make it happen.
Just make it happen.
So I really want to do that. Another show in the future, I don't know, maybe yes, maybe no, but anything can happen.
Anything. All right, sweet, Nina. And tonight is the finals, right?
Yeah.
I know,
semifinals.
The semifinals, and the actual final is in February, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right. So yeah, we'll be locked in, tuned in, rooting for
Yes.
you. I think everybody praying for you now, Nina.
It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming that the response from people back home, because it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good, even though I don't know half of these people, but I feel like I know them now because I get so many messages, and it really touches my heart because these are my people.
That's right.
And they have really gone out of their way to support me, and I can't say thank you enough.
Right.
I really can't.
That's beautiful about it. And of course, Nina, Real FM, NBC TV, we were supporting you 100%. And
yes,
tonight, I think the whole of St. Lucia, the entire nation, will be watching the new episode, the fresh episode on Bravo TV, man. So thank you so much for speaking of us this afternoon.
No, thank you so much, Nigel.
No problem, Nina. And of course,
Lucia, I love you, I miss you, and I'm bringing home for you.
Mwah, beautiful. So we'll stay in touch, all right? Take care, and we'll be looking at you tonight, all right?
Okay, thank you, Nigel.
All right, take care, Nina.
Okay, you too.
All right. That's right, St. Lucia. That was
Nina Compton, live on Real FM. Yeah, man. I'm so proud of her, man. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know how proud I am. I remember, boy, those junior chef days. She was on an internship, right? And yeah, a lot of people freaking out, boy. Nigel was a chef. Yeah, boy, I was a chef. I can cook. All right, I think I forgot most of the stuff ever. Yeah, if you drop me in a kitchen, and I'm very strict in terms of my space. I like music when I cook. I need the right. My knife has to be very sharp. And I need the right ingredients. I don't like to compromise my ingredients. You understand me? I'm very strict. Yeah. And like she said, you had to cook with love. At school, they taught us that for real. We had a teacher called Miss Gabriel. One of the coolest teachers ever. I was the only guy in my home ec class. And I love being the only guy in the class. Only girls. And I went to CCSS. But Nina was in a class or two higher than me. You know, she was two years above me in CCSS. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, man, big up Nina, man. And shout out to Fiona Compton as well. That's Nina's sister. Talented St. Lucian as well. 91.3 FM. 19 minutes now after the hour of 4 o'clock. Right now we got a Kabuli rhythm for you. Come on.
Show the powder. Show the water. Show the water. Show the powder. Show the water. Show the water.